Hello and welcome to the Money Show, your trusted destination for investor education, financial awareness, and smarter money decisions. In today's fast changing world, managing money is no longer optional, it's essential. From rising expenses and changing lifestyle to market volatility and digital investing. Every individual today faces one important question: how do I make my money work smarter for my future? And that is exactly what this show is here to help you understand. And finally, we will take all your questions on this show, your queries sent to us. Our number is also flashing on the screen. You can send your query on this number 865-797-4571. You can write to us, the money show at etnow.tv. So let's get started. And we are joined by Sameer Shah, founder of Investa FinServe. Thank you, Sameer sir, for taking your time out for the Money Show.
Good evening, and thank you so much for having me on your show today.
Okay, so sir, shall we start with our queries? We have a lot of queries for you.
Yeah, sure. I'm ready.
Okay, sir,
And I
here we
guess
go.
your viewers are also eager to know about their queries answer.
Okay, sir, so here we go. Our first query is from Raju. Raju is investing 23,500 per month since August 2024. His target corpus is of 3 crore for child's education and retirement. Want portfolio review and corpus estimate also. So his investment, it's flashing on screen. So Raju has invested Parag Parikh Flexi Cap Fund per month SIP is of 5,000 rupees. Motilal Oswal Mid Cap Fund 7,000 rupees. Nippon Small Cap 2,500. SBI Contra Fund 4,000 rupees. Mira Asset 5,000 rupees. These are the funds of Raju. Total SIP amount 23,500. Sir, so review Raju's portfolio and what will be the portfolio estimation as per his expectations?
So I will break down his question into two parts. First, I will answer I will take up his query about his targeted corpus. Raju ji has said 3 crore rupees corpus accumulation in next 15 years time. With present SIP of 23,500 rupees, if it grows by 12%, after 15 years, the accumulated amount would be around 1 crore 18 lakhs. He has also mentioned that he is intent to increase his SIP and take it to 30,000. Even if we consider the 30,000 rupees SIP for next 15 years, the accumulated corpus would be around 1.5 crore. Now, he'll be significantly behind from his target. So to meet up his goal of accumulating 3 crore, there are two ways to it. First is if he can increase his SIP amount immediately instead of 30,000, if he can start doing SIP of 60,000, that can also help him to achieve his target. In case if he is not willing to increase his SIP immediately, in that situation, with 30,000 rupees SIP, he has to he has to increase his SIP every year by 13%. This option can also help him to achieve his target. So he has to choose option according to his financial conditions. Now the second part of his question is about the portfolio review. We have carefully reviewed his portfolio. The first thing which I would like to highlight here is, Rajuji, you have selected a very good fund for your portfolio. The only thing which I would like to highlight here is, see, you have a Mirai Asset ELSS fund in your portfolio. If you have opted old tax regime scheme and wanted to take the tax benefit in that scenario, only continue with the Mirai Asset ELSS fund. If you are if you are under new tax regime scheme, in that situation our recommendation is to stop the CLSS and divert this future SIP into FlexiCap fund. And wishing you very all the best for your future and the goal which you have set for yourself.
But sir, Raju has worked. Do you agree that Raju has worked on his portfolio and more or less his portfolio is balanced and he has given time to understand all the funds and started his investing? You will praise
Uh,
Raju?
Yeah, Anuragji, I would suggest, like, no, I would say that, like, no, the portfolio is really, if we talk about the scheme wise, I guess he must have done some bit of research around because he has selected Parag Parikh Flexicam, which is like, no, where he can get the exposure of international investing. Apart from that, he has 15 years of time. He has selected one mid cap fund, which is really good. I believe, like, no, one of the best fund in his category. Small cap fund side also he has selected Nippon Small Cap Fund, which is like, no, I can say that the darling of the many investors. And Contra, he has always ready to take Contra bet. So I believe, like, no, the portfolio which he has selected for himself, which is really good.
Moving on, another query is means it's sent to us by our viewers only, but he doesn't want to share his name, maybe due to the privacy reason. But he's investing or she is investing in 6 mutual fund for 15 to 20 years, want to add 10,000 more every month, seeks portfolio review and fund allocation. So investments are monthly SIP, Nippon Small Cap, 1,000 rupees, Axis Small Cap, 1,000 rupees, SBI Small Cap, 500 rupees, HDFC Mid Cap Opportunities, 1,000 rupees, HDFC Top 100, 200 rupees SIP is also there, ICICI Blue Chip, 300 rupees. So total SIP is of around 4,000 rupees. Sir, first I'll ask, because you can see the SIP amount of 200 rupees and 300 rupees also in this portfolio. And with the apps available, different apps, you can start SIP of 100 rupees also. So, sir, is it advisable to have these smaller SIPs of 100 rupees, 200 rupees, 500 rupees? Because while researching something or while doing some sort of hit and trial, many people end up starting these SIPs. So, over the longer period, these smaller SIPs really help in our investing journey, or one should avoid these 100 rupees, 200 rupees SIPs?
So I look at it in another way. Say when somebody is starting or maybe taking first time investment decision, or when he is taking first time exposure into mutual fund industry, I believe to test the water, they generally start SIP of 100 or 200 rupees. If we see the amphi data, the average SIP amount of retail investor is close to 2,000, between 2,500 to 3,000 rupees. So I believe to see here also you can see there are only two SIP which is of 200 and 300 rupees. Otherwise, gradually the person has increased his SIP amount. So I believe this 2 3 SIP which is below 1,000 rupees, he must have like no done the SIP when he is taking the first time investment investing decision into mutual fund. So that is the first thing. Second thing about amount, I believe like no amount doesn't matter. Say even though if you the intent matters a lot. I believe starting with 100 rupees or 200 rupees small SIP, that can at least develop a gradual discipline in terms of investing in investing regularly. So I believe this SIP can definitely help you to build the discipline. But if we talk about the goal front, this SIP will not help you to accumulate a good amount of money unless and until if you continue for a longer period of time. Say like if you are doing 100 rupees or 200 rupees SIP for 15 or 20 years, you will not get the the corpus which you will accumulate. It will not get like no will be not very attractive, right? But if you are doing this for 35 years or 40 years, in that situation you may see like no some bit of corpus getting accumulated.
Okay, sir. Now to this query of anonymous viewer's query. What will be your response or advice to him?
So, looking at the portfolio, what I can see is like, for SIP of rupees 4,000, having six fund is a classic case of over diversification. Ideally, when you are doing SIP of up to 25,000 rupees SIP, you should have maximum three or four scheme in your portfolio, because here, like, when we talk about, this is not a direct investment in stock market where investing 500 or 1,000 rupees, you are investing into only one stock. Here, when you are investing any amount, it gets further diversified into 32 or 200 different stocks, right? Based on, depends the scheme which you select for your portfolio. So our suggestion is, ideally for 4,000 rupees SIP, you should not have more than three or four fund. Now, as investor is planning to increase his SIP and take it to 10,000, adding another 10,000 rupees, still our suggestion would be at maximum keep only 4 to 5 funds.
Four
Now,
to five
if we
funds
talk
only,
about
sir.
the
We have a live caller, Ravi, joining us. Ravi, you are from which city? And what's your
सर
question?
नमस्कार। हाँ जी सर नमस्कार, मेरा नाम रवि भारद्वाज है और मैं पटना बिहार से बातचीत कर रहा हूँ सर।
बिल्कुल पूछिए रवि जी अपना सवाल।
सर एक्चुअली मैं आपके शो को काफी सालों से फॉलो कर रहा हूँ, जस्ट बिकॉज कि मुझे यहाँ से बहुत सारे इन्फॉर्मेशन गैदर होते हैं और जो गेस्ट आते हैं दे आर एक्चुअली सो ब्रिलियंट कि हमें यहाँ से इतनी सारी इन्फॉर्मेशन मिलती है जो शायद हमें एक म्यूचुअल फंड एडवाइजर नहीं बता पाए। तो थैंक्स अ लॉट कि आपके तरफ से इतने सारे हमें ज्ञानवर्धक बातें होती है। तो सर मैं अपनी बातों को थोड़ा कट शॉर्ट कर रहा हूँ। एक्चुअली मैं पिछले कुछ समय से म्यूचुअल फंड में इन्वेस्ट कर रहा हूँ एंड मेरा लक्ष्य जो है लगभग 10 और 15 साल का होराइजन है, जो मैं एक अच्छा खासा वेल्थ क्रिएट करना चाहता हूँ। तो मेरा सर 16,000 रुपए के आसपास का सर मेरा पोर्टफोलियो जो हर महीने मैं म्यूचुअल फंड में जमा करता हूँ एंड आई हैव बीन इन्वेस्टिंग इन म्यूचुअल फ्रॉम द लास्ट 10 years आई गेस। और अभी मेरा होराइजन थोड़ा लंबा है, तो मैं अभी फिलहाल मोस्टली जो पैसा है वो मैंने स्मॉल कैप में ही डाला हुआ है। अराउंड 50% ऑफ द अमाउंट इज इन्वेस्टेड इन स्मॉल कैप। और अभी जो मौजूदा हालात है सर, तो अभी क्या मुझे अपने पोर्टफोलियो को रिबैलेंसिंग करने की जरूरत है या अभी कुछ फ्लेक्सी कप में मुझे जाने की जरूरत है सर, या मुझे अभी सेफ खेलना चाहिए सर? तो मुझे थोड़ा सा उस पर एडवाइस चाहिए।
So, Raviji, we have carefully understand your query. See, when you are investing 16,500 rupees, like your monthly SIP amount is 16,500 rupees, and diversifying into seven different scheme, it is a over diversification. Even if you wanted to take a higher exposure into small cap, our suggestion is that maximum, you should select one of the best small cap scheme, not on the basis of chart how it has performed in last 3 years or 5 years. Rather than you should select a scheme which is very consistent in terms of giving its generating a return, right? So if you are a long term investor, I would suggest keep only one small cap scheme, say 10, if your investment horizon is lesser than 10 years. If you furthermore and if you still wish, you should have two or more than one small cap scheme. In that situation, I would say that you can have maximum two, not three. So first is you have to reduce the exposure from three different small cap to two, maximum two scheme. Ideal suggestion is that you should have only one scheme. You should keep only one small cap scheme. The another observation which we have from your portfolio, that is you have invested into Mirai Asset Tax Saver Fund. See, if you wanted to take the benefit of tax under Section 80C, in that situation you can continue with this fund. But if you have opted a new tax regime, in that situation, our recommendation is that future SIP from this fund can be stopped and diverted to a flexi cap fund. You already have flexi cap fund in your portfolio, so no need to add another flexi cap fund to your portfolio. You can easily divert your fund from ELSS fund to flexi cap, Parag Parik flexi cap fund.
Okay, Ravi Bharadwaj, do you have any other question for sir?
No, sir. Thanks a lot. It means a lot, and I really appreciate, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, Sameer sir is highly appreciating your response and your advice. On this note, we'll slip into a very short break. After the break, more questions, more discussion with Sameer Shah. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back after the break. You are watching The Money Show, your daily guide to the world of personal finance, where we take your queries related to mutual fund, insurance, taxation. So, moving on, today we are joined by Sameer Shah, and if you also have any query, you can send that query to our WhatsApp number 865 797 4571. You can write to us also, themoneyshow@etnow.tv. So our next query is from Mr. Afroz, Mohammed Afroz Alam. So he has shared his portfolio. He is investing 11,000 rupees per month across 7 direct mutual funds. So, and his goal is to build 1 crore over the next 15 years. Can increase SIP by 5% every year. Wants to know if his current portfolio is well diversified or not, and is seeking advice on whether any funds should be replaced or removed. So his portfolio is monthly SIP is doing 1500 rupees in HDFC Flexi Cap, SBI Contra Fund SIP of 1500 rupees, HDFC Defense Fund SIP of 2000 rupees, Bandhan Core Equity 1500 rupees, Quant Small Cap 1500 rupees, Motilal Oswal Mid Cap Fund 1500 rupees, Navi Nifty 50 Index SIP 1500 rupees. So that is the total SIP of 11,000 rupees. So, sir, what would be your advice for Afroz, because he want a complete review of his portfolio, which funds he can remove, and if he has to remove few funds, which other funds you will suggest him?
We have from our side, our recommendation would be this is a classic case of again over diversification. See, when we talk about, he is talking about the diversification of portfolio here. Instead of diversification, it become little over diversified. So first, our recommendation is there is a lot of overlapping between Bandhan Core Equity, that is a large and mid cap category fund, and Navi Nifty 50, that is purely a large cap fund. Apart from that, he also holds a mid cap fund also. So our suggestion is that instead of having one large cap, one mid cap, and large and mid cap category fund, our recommendation is to reduce that, and at least to start with, he can stop the SIP in Bandhan Core Equity Fund, because if we talk about the overall portfolio, it is completely matching with the other 2 funds. So suggestion is to reduce, either he can stop and diversify that fund to FlexiCap fund. Second thing which I would like to highlight here is he has invested into HDFC Defense Fund. This fund is sectorial fund, and when we talk about sectorial fund, they are high risky fund, and apart from that, it is a highly cyclical in nature. So when cycle is when he has entered into a sectorial fund, when cycle is actually started, in that situation he might see a good return in couple of years. But once the cycle turns down, in that situation he has to have that patience to see a longer period of time where he can see there is a hardly any return is getting generated. So our suggestion is that as you are a long-term investor, I don't know whether you have a proper information about the defense fund, and I'm not sure whether you'll be able to track the defense sector news very closely. In that situation, rather than having a sectorial fund, our suggestion is that he can replace sectorial fund with the FlexiCap fund. As such, when we invest into a mutual fund,
Cap fund, it's a suggestion for Afroz Alam. Sir, my next query, because I want to take all the queries which we have received. So next query is from Deen Dayal Modak. He has recently started SIP of 5,000 rupees in Nippon India Small Cap Fund, plans to invest additional 5 lakh lump sum investment. Horizon is of 10 years, wants advice on suitable funds for SIP and lump sum investment, seeks guidance on whether to use STP before investing in equity funds. So what will be your advice for Deen Dayal Modak?
So, looking at the current volatility, investing in one state, one state go, I would rather we would suggest that instead of taking lump sum investment, Mr. Din Dayal should take the route of STP. Our recommendation is that 5 lakh rupees lump sum investment should be done. Initially, the investment should be done in liquid fund or arbitrage fund. And from that fund, he should set up a STP of approximately 40,000 rupees a month from liquid or arbitrage fund, whichever he selects, right? And 20,000 out of that 40,000, 20,000 rupees should go to flexi cap fund, either HDFC flexi cap fund,
Okay.
or another 25,000 rupees he can invest into Bandhan or Nippon India.
So that's the advice for Deen Dayal Modak for his investing journey. Thank you so much, Sameer sir, for taking your time out and taking all our queries, our viewer queries, and sharing your expert views. On this note, it's a wrap on this edition of the Money Show. But don't go away. More on the other side after this break. Thank you.